What's going on, everybody? My name is Chris, aka RebelPack92, and you are watching the Shared Screens podcast, the show where we fuck around and find out.
I was going to say the same thing.
This is the show here on the Shared Screens podcast network where we get together, we hang out, we talk about things. This is the opportunity for you to hang out with us and for us to talk about stuff that aren't TV shows or video game reviews or all of the other stuff that we kind of cover in a big way here on Shared Screens. Speaking of, if you aren't already, watch fucking Andor, because it's the best show on television.
Please.
And then once you're done with Andor, go over here in the little side menu on YouTube. We have a show called This Is the Waypoint where we talk about Andor and discuss it and have really, really great stuff. I wasn't on the last episode. I hear it was pretty good though. The Dead Speak. On top of that, Ragnarok is coming, and we will be covering it here on Shared Screen. So, obviously the biggest game of the year. This one's going to be huge. The reviews are already like through the roof. Perfect video game. People love it. I'm stoked. They're stoked. We're all stoked. We're going to talk about it here, so please keep an eye out for that. But for now, joining me today, running the ones and twos as always, our guy in the chair, Alec Bobko.
Ew.
And then our ever-present, just Canadian goblin, some other Josh.
Howdy. I love that one.
If anyone is like the resident Shared Screens mind goblin, it's Josh, bro.
Yeah.
I've never met a more chaotic person in my entire life.
I'm
and
just
I love
chronically online, dude, and it's for better and for worse. Mainly
Permanently
worse,
online.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I've been really excited to talk to you about this. That new Joji album, though, dude.
Yeah, man. In
Really
my
fucking
feels.
good.
Real
Really fucking good. It came
really
out.
fucking good.
I was like out like with my friends. I was having a good time. I was like, oh hell yeah, this record just came out. I'm gonna spin this for a little bit, and they got me fucking crying in the club on my way home, man.
Amen. I like it. Okay, side tangent. We're doing music reviews now. I like it. That first half. So like, whenever you're on Apple Music or Spotify, it splits it up: disc 1, disc 2.
Yeah.
I feel like that disc 1 is just 5 tracks that will break your heart, make you cry in the club. It is beautiful. It is all about heartbreak. There's some new instrumental stuff that Joji's never done. There's some guitar strumming. Never heard that on a Joji track before.
It was
Perfecto.
so awesome to hear some guitar music with Joji. I
Absolutely.
Guitar music needs to come back into the popular scene, man. I fucking miss it. Bands are rad.
100%. But that disc 2, I feel like he's trying to go for like post breakup, like how do you live within your feels? How do you handle a breakup? How do you find your independence? And I feel like the ideas are there, the execution is really off, and so I feel like it's carried by that first half.
I did think this one was stronger.
Yeah,
I do think this one is stronger, but I do like the concept of, because it's not something you see a lot in pop music, of just like, what happens after the breakup, man? What happens when you move on? How do you deal with that? That's not something that's tackled too often, at least not within like the pop scene. And so that was really, really cool. It's a good record. Go listen to it.
So like, freestyles and demos, I'm like, we maybe could have done with some more fleshed out tracks, but that's fantastic. New Brockhampton, Big Pussy, final album. I love it. That's a great single. Jakey has his album coming out. I'm here for all of this. It's just music November, dude. We're eating out here.
November, baby. I mean, as a metalcore fan too, like 2022 has fucking popped off. Counterparts, Fit for a King, The Devil Wears Prada, Lorna Shore, Currents, and Silent Planet have some new tracks out. August Burns Red just dropped a new one, who is my favorite band alongside The Devil Wears Prada. Like, it's just. Avoid put out a great new record. Like, it's just, oh man, this is the best time to be into music.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a great year. Did you see those videos of it was like the first show he did after Joji released the new record?
Yes,
where he's just an animal on stage, and there was like this one person that was filming it that was just like, I just wanted to hear Slow Dancing in the Dark, man. What's happening?
I've the Smithereens tour. I thought about doing it. He had a show in September in Vancouver, and I was like, fuck, do I make the 10-hour drive and then like go out see the show? I got real close to copping tickets, but instead I just lived that tour via TikTok and the internet because that's how we watch shows that we're not a part of now.
Yeah.
And it was just, I saw a chaotic 1 minute reel. He's hitting the gritty on stage. He's playing Smash Bros. He's getting McDonald's Postmates to him. Like, I'm like, this is the most chaotic concert, and I wish I was there. What the hell?
Yeah, I was watching that. I was like, I think he forgot he's not pink guy anymore, man.
Yeah. He's doing freestyles, talking about nothing on his chest, and then fucking hitting the gritty. I'm like, this is the most me energy, man. And then he's like, hold on, anyone want to play fucking Smash Bros? He's utilizing his whole stage to play fucking like Smash Ultimate, Smash
good.
Brawl. Like, I love it, man.
On that note, so there's this instrumental a genre called jam bands, right? There's a band called Chon, who are very, very good, very talented, real like stoner prog rock kind of shit, right?
Hell yeah.
Super super chill, but really technical at the same time. Like it's awesome, super vibey. Highly recommend it. But they actually had, I think, 2 tours called the Super Chon Bros tours, where. Yeah, they had like a big video wall on the back of their stage. And if you got the VIP tickets, during the show, you go up and they'd essentially like run a Smash Bros. Tournament behind their concert. So you could just go play Smash on stage while the band is performing. It is wild.
And I feel like that should be all of our goals as content creators, is to make it big enough to where we can get our hands on video walls, just to abuse the fuck out of them. Whether we're watching porn together as boys, whether we're playing Smash Bros, we just gotta abuse the power of
If we ever get to the
video
point,
wall.
if we ever get to the point where this is our career, right? And we have like a studio and a sweet video wall and we do like a shared screens live.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely playing Smash Brothers on that thing.
man.
Are you kidding? That's my ultimate goal. That's as soon as we do that, I'm retiring. Like that's it. There would be nothing left for me to accomplish.
Exactly. That
No,
4-person.
not a video wall. A video play Smash Bros on a video floor.
Ooh.
Oh, can you imagine
Alec
trying to play
swings
Smash
above-
like this?
Yeah.
Have each player like stand on their stock icon on the bottom screen and they're just like doing this.
Yeah, exactly. That, get the 4-person Halo going. You're like, you're talking about screen peeking. It's like, bruh, the whole wall is a screen. I'm looking at it all. Man.
I can't not screen peek. It's in front of me.
Exactly. But instead of being on like a 50-inch like fucking CRT fucking Xbox Halo 2 shit, it's just on a wall. It's just on a whole ass video wall. And your whole chunk is like 55 inches, 70 inches, God damn.
Have you guys ever been to a LAN party before?
I have not.
No.
I've been to a few, and I mean, just for clarification, I don't count like tournaments as LAN parties, although technically they count. It's it's the same kind of thing, but tournaments are tournaments, right? So LAN parties, though, funny enough, they were all for Halo. It's a big shocker. The last one I think I went to was back during the Halo Reach days, where the guys I lived with at the time, I was back out in New Mexico. And we were real hyped for Halo 4 was coming out. So we were all just playing Reach a lot, and most of us weren't like super big Call of Duty guys. Like we played them, but
right.
So we just kept playing Reach, and we had, oh man, I believe LAN for Reach allowed up to 32 players.
Holy shit!
And we managed to hit all of it. We managed to cap it, and there were a bunch of people that didn't play Halo that were there. They were just there to hang out, but it was still really cool. But what was so fun about that though was the guys I lived with at the time. One of my roommates actually like ran a small like a U-break iFix kind of business. Bring your phone screens in, and if you got a broken Xbox or whatever, bring it fix. He actually ran it out of a counter of another friend of mine. Owns and operates 2 like retro game stores out in Albuquerque called Gamers Anonymous. Hit him up if you're in the area. But at the time, like he just ran this like behind the counter like console repair thing, and so he just kind of had access to all of these consoles So
Yeah.
I mean, we loaded like 12 Xboxes into this thing,
Yeah.
and I mean the living room is much bigger than like the room I'm into now. So we're all just kind of like piled in here. It's wall to wall TVs and Xboxes, right? Just
That's dope.
all the way around, and we're all just screaming and talking shit. And you get sniped, and you get up and you go push them, and you come back and sit down.
Right.
It's fucking incredible. The energy at a LAN party is unreal. That's
Oh, yeah.
something we should put on the ideas board. Shared
Oh,
screens
yeah.
LAN. Can you
Yeah.
imagine?
I'm here for it.
That's
I
okay. So live, and then it's like shared screens LAN party,
Lane,
bro.
yeah. Which it's crazy because like it's especially with the Series S, it's like the most convenient of all times to like
It's
do
like this
like a
big.
LAN party. Exactly. And like
Yeah.
gearing up for Infinite last year, I ran through all the Halos with my buddy, and he's like we got to a point where he's like, "Yo, you just want to come over, right, and bring the Series S over?" And I was like, in November, in the middle, like cold Canadian winter, like I'll stay in my basement and be a goblin, but uh, you know, like I thought about it. I thought about
I'm
it.
in
And
my
let's
cave. Don't make me come out.
but the Series S is just such a good like backpack
Oh,
console.
yeah.
Like take on the go, dude. Two
I'm
cords and that's
glad.
all you need.
I'm glad you mentioned backpack. So there's a
Mhm.
company called Private Label who
Uh-huh.
they make like sneaker bags, right? Like they like big like duffel bags and stuff that you can take. You can protect your sneakers when you're traveling and that sort of. They also have like gym
Oh
bags
yeah.
and stuff. They did a collaboration with Xbox around the release of Halo Infinite actually last year. And so
Yeah.
I got on the pre-order list and I picked up their backpack in particular,
Hell
right?
yeah.
Which is
God
really
damn.
really fucking sick. You got this dope little like thing almost
Right.
like a remove before flight tab. But
Hmm.
and I mean, it just looks cool for one.
Yeah.
But what's neat about this, I think I actually have my Switch in it right now.
Yo, you gonna say Series S storage slot? You gonna say Series S storage slot?
So
Holy shit!
so these these little walls can actually be they're just like velcroed in, and you can like move them
Uh-huh.
around to adjust the size and
Oh,
stuff.
nice.
And
Yeah.
the same goes for I want to make sure I got the right side here. Yeah, the same goes for the side of it, right?
God damn.
Oh,
Oh my God. Look at
wow.
those controllers. Holy shit.
I for sure just had I ran a Smash event at my buddy's bachelor party, and this is all still in there. So these like come
Nice.
out, they're just velcroed in, so you
Yeah.
can adjust all of it. You can get your controllers. In the promotional images, they actually have a Series X in the thing, like the
God
Halo one
damn.
that
Yeah.
I own. And so this thing is fucking rad.
Hmm.
If anyone out there's running a or just trying to walk around with their Series S, man, Private Label's
That's
got
the
you
bag.
covered.
That's the bag to
This is the
do it.
bag.
Yeah.
While we're on the
But
topic
Go.
of cool backpacks, can I show something else off?
Yeah. Go for it.
do it.
My wife got this for me for my birthday. Um, have you heard of an apparel brand called Heroes and Villains?
That sounds familiar. That
I
sounds
think you
So
might
very
have
familiar.
mentioned it before, but yeah.
I might have brought them. Well, I found out that so their whole thing is that they try to create like stuff that you can use every day that looks kind of like a little in universe for the IP that they get to work with. So they have a lot of like Star Wars stuff, and I found out that apparently they recently had a deal with Disney and did a whole capsule of Obi-Wan Kenobi stuff for the release of the show,
Shit.
and they
Yeah.
have this
Okay.
sweet fucking backpack.
Oh
Uh,
my God.
That's
that they
awesome.
came out with it. It's meant to look like Obi-Wan's, and what's cool is like this comes
Right.
up and it like unrolls.
Damn.
And then that's where you open it, and it's so fucking dope, dude. I'm taking this
Holy
shit to
shit.
Galaxy's Edge with me next. It's gonna
Yeah,
be so
man.
hard.
You got a band of like two lightsabers to bury out in the desert with them?
Yeah,
Is there a lightsaber slot for when you go to like bury those? It's like a
yeah,
dedicated.
absolutely. There's a whole. Just gonna make a show out of it. I'm gonna take my shovel into Disney World. I'm gonna be like, "Can I dig here? Is this fine?"
Yeah, yeah.
I just don't worry about it. Just gotta put something in the ground. Waving stormtroopers off. Go away. I'm doing stuff.
It's nothing. It's nothing.
It's nothing. Stop looking at me.
It's a real big vape. It's not a lightsaber,
It's a
dude.
real big babe.
Got a big rig, man. This is an 80-watt battery, bro.
You want to rip? Like you want to hit this, bro?
Yeah. Well, just click the button on the side. Boom! Fucking lightsaber beam straight through the through the face.
Straight just Kylo Ren in a Praetorian
Yeah.
garb.
Literally.
Oh my god, we make good content here, y'all.
Oh yeah, yeah we do.
Alec, what have you been up to lately, man?
Well, not much because last week I was actually sick pretty much all week.
Gross.
Yeah. So actually on Halloween I was at work and just got the chills all of a sudden, just felt awful, but because I had so much to do, I'm like, you know what, I'll tough out today,
Oh
go
no.
home and just
The American
just
work ethic,
sleep it
baby.
off. Yeah. So got home and literally just slept. Got home about 5:30 and just slept all night. I think I slept till about 11 and just was still feeling awful. And basically called in Tuesday and Wednesday and was planning on going in on Thursday, but because I had a fever and diarrhea, I was feeling so lightheaded because I had barely eaten the thing. Like I had honestly had lost, like, because I had put on some weight the weekend before, I had lost almost like 20 pounds because I wasn't eating, and it was
Wait.
Damn.
Just insane diarrhea. Just shit it all out.
exactly, and just nothing.
These are the things your doctors won't tell you. You know,
Exactly.
Fitness trainers hate this one simple tip.
Yeah, when they say, calories in versus calories out, those calories out has to come in the form of diarrhea to really just emphasize weight loss.
But yeah, so Thursday actually was just feeling super lightheaded, so I just didn't go into work Thursday and ended up actually scheduling a doctor's appointment because my leg was so red and swollen at that point. And the doctor was just like, okay, well, could be this skin infection called cellulitis, or it could be a blood clot, or it could just be you pulled something.
Right.
None of those are things you want to hear.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're like, what's the good news?
So they had to do some blood tests, and they didn't like the result of one of those tests, so they actually brought me in for an ultrasound to actually see if it was a clot. Well, thank goodness it wasn't. So they actually had me on antibiotics because what they actually figured out is the skin infection is called cellulitis. And one thing I learned from doing a little Google search on that is one of the symptoms that comes along with that is a fever. So that thing knocked me out last week, and
Damn.
I honestly was not feeling the best. Like the beginning of last week is honestly a complete blur for the most part because it's just a lot of sleeping,
Valid.
a lot of
Yeah,
ibuprofen.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, I mean,
You feel like you're good now, though.
Oh yeah. They got me on antibiotics, and getting better by the day. So,
All right, that's good, man.
The thing that sucks is you'd think like being just laying around all the time, I'd have a lot of time for playing games and all that, but I just did not have the mental energy. Like even like for Mario Snap, I just did not have the mental energy for that.
Dude. I remember growing up. I would have some. I feel like we've all had that friend, right, who would just be like, "Yeah, I was sick yesterday. Just kind of sat around and played video games all day, waited to get better." I have never once played video games while I was sick. I can't. I take that back. I've done it once or twice, and it was terrible. And one of them is a really funny story. I can tell that in a minute. But like being sick for me, even if it's the tiniest thing, it just completely wipes me out. I don't want to do anything else. I just want to lay in bed and cry.
Yeah. See, I've gotten to be that way, like, getting sick, like, in my later teens, and now I just want to be in my bed. I used to be the kid that was like, "Mom, I'm sick," and then she'd leave, and I'd just hop on the PlayStation. And it got to a point where she's like, "All right, well, you can stay home today. Give me the cord to your PlayStation." I just give her the Xbox. I just give her the cord for a different console. And I was like, here's some random power cord to a DVD player, idiot. I'm gonna go fucking rank out Master Prestige and Black Ops, fucking bozo.
It's my phone charger, you moron.
And she's like, all right, and just took it to work. And I'm like, God damn, what a devious lick, dude. I'm like, that's the crime I've gotten away with the most.
The one time that at least I can remember, there I did have like the one time where I stayed home with a fever, and I think I played like Lego Star Wars 2 back in the day, like on the GameCube. You know, the one time
Hell
I can
yeah.
remember that I was genuinely really sick and still toughed it out for a video game was so I don't remember what year this was. Chat will be able to figure it out like once I talk about what game it is. But that 15, 16 maybe, whatever. That is unimportant. My buddy had gotten married. I was the best man in his wedding, so I flew out like back to Albuquerque to be at that. And while I was there, I started getting sick, right? And I was like, "Fuck this blows." I toughed it out there. I flew back home. I got home and I was just done, right? Like it's like my lungs were on fire. Like I was just shitting all the time. There's just constant fever. I think it was mono was the deal.
Right.
Um,
Ooh.
Making out with the homies too much. And
Amen.
you know,
Happens.
you got to take one for the team, man.
Yeah.
But that week was when the original Destiny was coming out, and
2014. Yeah.
it was 14. Okay,
Goddamn.
cool.
Yeah.
So I was a big Halo fan. Bungie was making a new video game. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna sleep on this. I have it pre-ordered, and like maybe like a mile away was the GameStop that I pre-ordered at. This is back when I still bought physical games. Um, the thing was, I didn't have a car at the time. Yeah, I was borrowing friends. I was on the bus, so my wife was driving me, and so I was living with my now in-laws at the time. I was holed up in their basement, and they were all gone because we used to every now and then go work concessions for OSU home games. And I was sick, and so I was like, I can't do it this time. I'm at home, and it was like Destiny came out that day, and I was like, I want to go get Destiny. I need to go pick it up. My pre-order will be gone if I don't do it today. My copy
Yep.
will go away. So I hopped on a fucking bike, sick as hell.
Oh,
I
no.
biked all the way to GameStop. I got home. I played 20 minutes of it, and I don't remember the rest of that week. It was so bad. I've never
Yeah.
sweat more in my entire life because like I have like the most intense fever I can ever remember having. So it's like it's the middle of summer. I've got a hoodie on because I'm freezing and sweating all at the same time. I get home, I'm just covered in sweat because I was on a fucking bike with mono. And I just felt I can't remember any time that I felt worse, like physically.
Yeah. Yeah, no
Unreal. I think that was the longest I'd ever been sick too. I was sick for another like week and a half. Like maybe COVID was the only other time that I was out for so long. And yeah, man, it was horrible. Absolutely horrible. I toughed it out though. I had to make my character. I had a sweet little.
Oh, yeah.
I made my warlock. I jumped on the 360 version of the game. Like I was there for it, man.
Well, let me tell you, having been stuck with drinking just plain water for so long, these like quenchers from Meyer are a freaking lifesaver. Just a hint of flavor, some carbonation, like, oh my gosh. After having water for just so long, that is just like something different.
And and that's the thing is where growing up I hated like drinking water. I was a fucking soda fiend, right? I was give me the sweet, I want the Mountain Dew, I want the Dr. Peppers, like give me all of it. Then I hit college, I was working out regularly, love water. Absolutely love it. It's the best. But I still kind of hit those points where it's like, fuck, all I've been drinking is water. I need something. Just give me a little something, give me a little bit of flavor. And so that's
I was just gonna say, for me, it's like I drink water at work all day. Like, so when I get home, that's when I break out these. Get a little break out some flavor.
Late. I hate water so much. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Which is why I love Liquid Death so much too, because again, they support the hardcore and punk scenes. We love that. Carbonated. Here's my only thing though.
Yeah.
I don't love the Liquid Death flavors. Like they haven't really done it for me.
Really?
Yeah, it's for most like water flavors. I'm always partial to like lemon or lime.
Gotcha. Yep.
Yeah, because I also like infused water, right? Like when I was at home, I had one of those, or I used to have one of those things. They would have like there's the pitcher with the little thing in the middle, so you could drop fruit down in it, and I would just always put lemons in it. I love lemon water. So like Liquid Death comes out with like this lime flavored one, and I was like, fuck yeah, lime liquid. I already drink tons of Liquid Death. I'm there for it. It wasn't good. I didn't like it. So I was so mad. I went and bought like a big 12-pack. I was ready to just like crank it. I drank one and I went, somebody else has got to drink this. I don't like it.
Black cherry. If you have a Meyer, which is a very Midwestern thing, black cherry, best flavor.
One of my other Midwest.
But mango or mandarin orange is another good flavor.
Ooh, okay.
I've had their grape flavor, and that is it. It's just water. There's like no flavor to it whatsoever because it's not like the it's like the green grapes, not
right. Yeah. Flavored water, either very hit or miss. It wasn't until like last month I knew. I always thought Liquid Death just did like a Four Loko type alcoholic beverage, until like I was like, man, you're drinking those out in public, and he's like, it's water, and I was like, what? Huh? And like, especially with the name Liquid Death, I'm oh, this is just alcohol and like energy drinks in a can, just meant to fucking.
You know what's so funny is that's part of their marketing for it too. Is on when you buy a case of it, on the box it says, "Don't worry, it's just water."
Oh shit!
It's like they absolutely know what they're doing with that. You know what's funny is that's like a counter to where you're drinking that, and it's just like, dude, it's Tuesday at 2 p.m. and you're out here drinking a fucking alcoholic beverage. It's like, no, this is water. That was the first time I encountered Red Bull. I didn't know what Red Bull was, right? Like I just wasn't there. If I ever drank energy drinks, it was always Monster. I just didn't pay attention to the rest of it. So I was like a sophomore in high school the first time I actually like realized what the fuck Red Bull was, because in the mornings at the high school I went to, or I was a freshman, excuse me, and I would get there early enough to where I could get breakfast in the cafeteria, right? And then in the school I went to had these fucking slapping like French toast sticks that you could get. And it came with like a little dippable syrup and
delicious.
God, so good. My mouth's watering just thinking about it. But there's one point where this dude in the table over had like a Red Bull, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, I leaned over to my friend and I was like, is this motherfucker just drinking? Is that a beer at school? What the hell am I looking at? And he goes, what are you, stupid? That's just an energy drink. I was like, what?
What's up? The tall can, the fucking.
It's a big, like 16 ounce. I was sitting there, I was like, what the fuck is this kid doing? I've never seen one in my life. And he's sitting there. Tall boy in Red Bull. I was like, this motherfucker just brought a beer to school. I was like, the DARE PSAs were real.
Yeah, puts up a brown paper bag. He's like,
he's like, hey, kid, you want to try some of this?
It'll give you wings, motherfucker.
I've never felt more stupid in my entire life. I leaned to my friend. I was like, are you seeing this degenerate over here? And he's like, you're a fucking moron.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
It's just so now you know my greatest shame, internet. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Although if Red Bull does ever make like an alcoholic when I'm there day one, you know.
Oh yeah. Vodka Red Bulls. Oh my god, just put in one can.
Just make it a can.
Having me mix it.
I was about to say, yeah, you know how like Jack started selling like pre-mixed like Jack and Cokes.
I think Casino Royale. Yeah. They have some mixed ones too.
Ooh.
So Jack started, like, they actually had, it was a genuine collaboration between Coke and Jack, where you could get like Diet Coke and Jack, like in a can, and it was a branded thing. And I don't think they make them anymore because now it's just like Jack and Cola, and it blows because it's not the right formula, you know.
Yep.
But I was like I said a couple weeks ago, it was my buddy's bachelor party. We made it like this weekend thing, right?
Yeah.
We got the weirdest fucking Airbnb I've ever seen in my life. We went like downtown Columbus, and I'm not kidding.
Well, there was just
there was just hey, you watch yourself. We're in downtown Columbus. See if I ever take you here again. we're in downtown Columbus, and this Airbnb, I'm not kidding, had just like Lion King shit everywhere.
Really?
To the point where, have you ever seen like those fake vines that you can put on walls and stuff? Like the basement had all these fake vines, and
Yeah.
then like these like statues of like zebras and shit all in front of it, and then those big like wall tapestries. They just had like all these different photos of lions. Sometimes they were real photos of lions. Sometimes it was just stills from Lion King, both the animated and the CG remake. There was one. You're in the master bedroom, and it's like this giant wall flag that is just like two lions like sleeping next to each other, and so like the best man ordered the Airbnb, and I sent it to a couple buddies of mine. I was like, hey, did you guys look at this Airbnb yet? Because I saw it, I was looking through it, I was like, what the fuck is going on here? There's like stuffed Pumbas and stuff all over the place, and all of this weird ass shit. And immediately one of my friends was like, I call dibs on the Nala room. It was so strange.
God damn.
But we were there, and this is all just to say that it was the first time I'd actually like gone out to bars, like I think really since quarantine, like actually like went out and partied, and that was a blast. I miss doing that so much. And so I was like, yo, I'm partying. We're out in the short north of Columbus, and I was like, I'm kicking it old school. I need my uppers and downers all at the same time. Give me some vodka Red Bulls, baby.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Horrible for you. I had like 6 of them.
Oh yeah.
Oh jeez.
That was wild.
I'm there for it.
I was so stoked to be out. We're partying. It was this really cool thing to where it started as the bachelors. We stayed there Friday night, Saturday night. Saturday we got like one of those pedal carts, where you can drink and you're pedaling through the city and stuff. And it actually like stopped at a couple bars, and that was really, really fun. We got put together with this other group who were just vibing, and we're like shouting at people as we're driving by and stuff. We're all like litty at 3 p.m. And then Saturday night we went out. We went to a couple bars and stuff, and then they actually did this cool thing to where the bridal party also came and joined us, and then we all went out together and did all that. And so it was this really cool vibe. It was super awesome. And I'm like 3 vodka rebels deep, and then into like the first bar that all of us are at, and then suddenly like the music goes down, and I'm like, what are y'all doing? And I have from behind me, I hear this band starting up. They have live music at this place, and it's a country band.
Yeah.
And I was like,
oh no,
fuck.
Yeah.
And we're all like, no, this ain't it. Let's go somewhere else. I was like, cool. There's another place just up the road. We can go there. Awesome. Walk in. Live country band playing.
Oh no.
We get a couple drinks there. We're like, nope, they're not stopping. There's one more spot we can go. That's walking distance. Let's hit up there. Live fucking country band. I was like, it's Saturday night. Like, where's all the fucking party music? Why is it just country night in the middle of an October? Yeah, I was so confused. And so we're all just sitting around like angry and drunk.
Yeah.
Like we're trying to make the best of it. But man, I've never been angrier at my city.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's the situation. You just go local liquor store, liquor depot, whatever fucking combination of liquor and something else on a store. Get a fucking 12-pack for dirt cheap. Go party with fucking Pumbaa and Simba in the fucking Airbnb and fucking getting down. Yeah.
I will when we post this on Twitter. I'll go find some photos of this place because it's genuinely wild.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's a jungle pun because it's so strange. It was so weird. But I mean, it a lot of fun. That's the sort of thing you remember is like, hey, remember when we fucking just partied in the Pumbaa room?
Yeah. That's the kind of Airbnb where I check into immediately and I'd be like, okay, like that's kind of weird. And then I'd come back at 2 a.m., cross-faded out of my fucking mind, just smoked a blunt, and I'm like, oh, where am I?
Why is Pumbaa here?
What the fuck? And I'll just trip the fuck out.
So, I'm curious if this is just an American thing. Josh, as a Canadian person, right, of Canadian descent.
Yeah, amen.
Do y'all have drive-through liquor stores?
No, No, that is very much an American thing.
I mean, yeah, because it sounded like an American thing, and
Yeah.
so you're like, that's when you just hit up the liquor store, grab something cheap, and I was like, I wonder if they have the drive-through ones, because that was something I didn't even know existed until I moved here.
Right.
So you can literally drive in. It's like a big like covered. It looks like a garage,
Yeah.
but then it's just like coolers on either side. You drive in, you hand the person your card, and you're like, I need this, and this, and they come back and you're like, yeah, here's your 20 pack of Bud Light and 4 Locos. Get the fuck out, you degenerate.
Damn.
And yeah, it's one stop shop, baby. Don't even have to get out your fucking car.
That's insane. We don't have that. Like you can order alcohol through Uber Eats. You can go out to any like random, like one-off local place. But then every single grocery chain here, there's always you'll see the store itself, the gas station, and then the liquor shop. Like all three within the same parking
I
lot.
just
It's like you,
yeah.
just right there. Yeah, it's like a local. Like we have a place called Co-op here.
Mhm.
Co-op, grocery, liquor store, gas, all in one parking lot, and they're all throughout the area. So like getting your hands on liquor is pretty convenient. It's just not drive-throughable yet here.
One of the things I hate about the states is how every state has different liquor laws,
Yeah,
right? And so occasionally you can, it's like I'll go visit somebody somewhere else. It's like 10 p.m. and I'll be like, hey, let's like we're low. Let's go out and get something. Like, oh, you can't buy liquor past 10 p.m.
yeah, ugh,
What?
The
yeah,
Well, a
longest
lot of the southern
time,
states don't sell
oh,
liquor on Sundays. Like
yeah,
you just can't
really,
buy liquor on Sundays. Yeah.
damn,
the longest time in Michigan for most of my life that was you couldn't buy before noon on Sundays.
Yeah, that's a
interesting,
big one too. Yeah,
But
yeah,
I had to look
they
that up here. I
changed
was like, did they do that here?
they
yeah,
changed that. I don't say 5-10 years ago, something like that. So
It's
yeah,
wild that would be in Michigan too. The state that probably has like the most breweries like per foot.
oh yeah,
Like you throw a rock, you hit a fucking tap
oh
house out
yeah,
there, man.
yeah.
oh it's awesome, it's awesome.
That's like we kind of have that here. Like, thank God, government federal level came in. Marijuana's legal across the board. Fucking just go smoke up, you know. But like in terms of like the age you can actually purchase it at is like different state to state. And I'm in Alberta, so it's 18 here. Like it's like
Yeah.
right, like you can turn 18, get a firearm and a case of Bud Light if you want. You know, fuck it. We don't care. But like one province over, it's like 19 and you need two pieces of ID. So like pre-COVID, I
Mm.
went to the kind of funny meetup in Vancouver. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'll have a drink. She's like, all right, you're above 19. Yep. You have two pieces of ID. I'm like, no, I have a driver's license, and that gets me around everywhere. She's like,
No, I'm 19.
yeah, like no, I'm 19. This should be enough. She's like, you got a like debit card with your name on it. I'm like, no, no, I have a debit card. It just doesn't have my name on it because I lost my other one
That's
with my
weird.
name on it. Yeah, and
That's
and
weird. I've
so
never seen a card that doesn't have a name on it.
yeah, and so that kind of screwed me over. Thank God, KFBS are like, you're not slamming anything.
We
All right,
got you.
we got you. Yeah. Next time having tequila, first Coronas, like they hooked it up,
Nice,
man. And then
nice.
I walked out of that bar just stumbling around afterwards.
Yeah,
Incredible.
that's
Yeah.
what I've heard from a lot of those meetups.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then you just walk down to a dispensary and you're like, you know, being drunk's already great. You know what's better? Being crossfaded. Let's go to a
Genuinely though,
dispensary.
cuts the
Yeah.
hangover.
Yeah. Exactly.
Cuts the hangover. You don't feel gross like in those last few hours of the night, right? Like
Yeah.
it's the best, man.
It's all chill. Yeah.
Fucking, we're hitting our midterms here in Ohio as I mean,
Voting
at
days
the
tomorrow for me, or today
same.
Yeah.
as it
Yeah,
day of
yeah.
upload.
I got a couple hours off of work, so I can go vote.
Nice.
Yeah.
Um, vote blue. Um, so I'm hoping with this midterm because every year we get a little closer and closer to legalizing, right? Like we're almost
Right.
there. We're almost fucking there. But I will be in Michigan this weekend, where it is legal. Soon. I would come and see Al, but it's for my buddy's wedding, and I gotta
no
come
worries.
back. I gotta come
If
back.
you don't mind me asking, I mean, we could do this off camera, but yeah.
Little outside of Detroit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was saying the town that I went to high school at, which, very conservative, town middle of nowhere, but because of all the tax breaks, I think we've got like 6 or 7 dispensaries in our little town in the middle of nowhere.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, hey, money.
Money. I fucking put that shit in the same parking lot as a McDonald's, bro. You're fucking
literally,
just
one of them-
ruining it.
One of them is in the same parking lot as a Taco Bell.
Let's go, dude. That's the best possible situation,
Yeah, I could find. If I can find the link to the Airbnb we're staying at this weekend, I can get you at least like the town that it's in. It's a tiny place.
Yeah, no worries. We can do it after
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's not important. I also don't remember, and now I'm just like,
those fun adult things of like, oh wait, where are we going?
Yeah.
Hold on.
What do I have to travel to? What's check-in? What's fuck?
That's a place called Pleasant Ridge.
Okay.
Tiny place.
heard.
I don't fucking.
Yeah.
No, it's supposed to be this way. It's where the bride's from. But yeah, I'm stoked either way. It's gonna be a fun time, as much as I love it in Ohio. But everywhere outside of Columbus is real red. I'm getting sick of it, man.
Yeah.
I'm getting sick of it, bro.
Yeah,
I'm hitting that problem though, where it's like I don't know where I would go.
Mhm.
You know, that's a conversation Bernie and I have had where I was like, we did want to move, where would we go? And I was like, I don't know.
Mhm.
Colorado was always my first choice, but like it's so expensive now.
Yeah. Like that's
Yeah.
one
It's
thing.
so
that
cool.
is
All the
nice
cool
about-
places are expensive.
I was just gonna say that's one thing that is nice about the Midwest. Like, yeah, you got to put up with some conservatives, but it's cheap.
Cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the real price, really. Is having to put up with the Trumpers. that's where you actually pay.
Yeah.
Well, that should put your headphones in and just
You just walk,
Like,
man. You just
Yeah.
walk, bro. Yeah, dude, awesome. Well, I think this has been a fun one, boys.
yeah.
Absolutely.
And so, you, the viewer, just be aware we're going to be doing more of these throughout the holidays and going into 2023. Our goal here is to kind of just have more opportunities for you to just come and hang out with us without us kind of going over critical content and reviews and all that stuff. Just an opportunity for us to get to know better, or for you to get to know us better, and for us to also have the space to hang out and shoot the shit and just kind of be friends, because I think that's something we've sort of been missing amidst all of the other content that we've been making lately. And yeah, this is great. I'm really excited to do more of this. Awesome. Well, hey, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you again very, very soon.